Okay, today we're going to do something a little different. If we can get through it, we're going to actually hike an all-access trail. So you can bring out a wheelchair, walkers, anybody that has difficulty on a regular trail, they can do a paved all-access trail. It's the Judith Tunnell Trails.
Yes.
Tunnell.
Two L's on the end.
Two L's on the end. And but we don't know who Judith Tunnell was. So if you happen to know, make a comment so that we can educate ourselves.
Yes.
So we're going to go out today. It's not really hard. It's got a few little turnoffs, things you can go different juts on. So we're going to walk around and try them all. Anything we want to say before we get started, Jim?
Oh, there's 2 half-mile loops. Check the maps very carefully. You can go just around the new Special Events Center, newly named, which is where we're at for a starting point. And a longer, feels longer, but it's still a half a mile, straight south. So,
Okay.
very nice surface.
All righty then. Are we ready? Yeah. Here we go.
All right, so pardon the sun-faded information placards, but we're in the desert. This is the closest you'll get to petroglyphs on the Judith Tunnell loops. So on the dark rocks, that's the perfect surface to chip and scratch pictures into it. So there are animals, there's birds, there's gods. We're not really sure what all this meant to the Hohokam and other ancient races that were here. Bring a binocular if you want to get a closer look. You can't get off the trail. We don't want you going off the trail and getting right up to them. It's very easy to damage these things. Some folks do want to add their own graffiti to rock from graffiti that was 1,000 years old. Don't do that. Oh my gosh.
How about a telephoto lens? That would work.
Telephoto would be perfect. Yes, yes, indeed.
That's how we got our pictures.
There you go. Smartly done. Petroglyphs are scratched into the rock. Pictographs are on the rocks, but they were painted with bits of color and ground up bits of things that might wash off over time, but it's pretty much bonded on there. Those are very fragile and very hard to find. Petroglyphs are pretty much permanent. And we have shown you the observatory near Shaw Butte. It's all petroglyphs in the rocks, showing you stars and moons, and still matches the constellations that are above. Pretty cool thing. right, we've got a placard talking about Palo Verde trees, and there's one right over there. That is not a little leaf because it has no leaves at all. That way it has nothing to lose to foraging birds and squirrels and whatever else. There's nothing to eat on that thing. Palo Verde, loosely translated, is green stick, and every inch of its growth is filled with the green that helps the plants convert, sunlight into energy and oxygen. So every square inch of that tree is working for us. Here is a plaque about ironwood trees. Very common tree. The Palo Verde does have some thorns to protect itself. The ironwood is overkill. Every square inch of those white bark, limbs, branches, everything on there has got some little thorn to rip you to shreds. So not something you want to play on or climb on. Strong tree, strong wood, iron wood, but the thorns. Ouch. Here is a smallish creosote. And this is the plant that gives you the perfect smell after a storm out in the desert. Ah, the scent. Oh, perfect. It's also called a greasewood from way back when, because if you take enough of these and process it and take the oils out, that's the grease from the greasewood, and that prevents termites from attacking your railroad bridge. So, creosote is used to treat timber way back when. Now, creosote is an oil-based thing that is just manufactured, but this is where you got it back in the day. All right, we start with saguaros, which that's a very young one over there, 60 or 70 years old. It's thinking about growing spears, but it'll be 80 years old before it even really gets going. And that one's kind of scrawny, so we'll see. We'll come back and check. Civilian Conservation Corps. Oh, Depression era project. We will talk a lot more about that when we talk about the ranger station, which was built by the Civilian Conservation Corps. So hang on for that. Wait for future editions. There was plenty of mining out here. There's lots of mining all over Arizona. Probably 1 million holes in the ground from past mining projects. Some of them we have to come back and implode because they're too dangerous. But, you know, we finally got smart in 1924, turned all of this into a park and preserve, which we talked about at the centennial.